But I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm not taking the medication. There's no way I'm taking the medication. There's no way. What? Well, hold on a second. My doctor's talking to me. Yes? I hear. But hold on a second. I hear something on the other side. Somebody else is talking to me. Oh, what is that talking to me? Oh, my medication. My medication. Do you want me to show you my medication? This is my medication. From the garden, in color, and a little bit of Vicks to confuse them. A little bit by my ears, a little bit by my nose, a little bit in the back of my head. Because if there's a way to confuse them, when they say sometimes don't put too much, how in the world do you put too much of this unless you put it under your eyes? That makes you water. But what did my doctor say? Hold on a second, there's a gentleman. Yes, he was playing the guitar and he was telling me how he wasn't going to take his medication tonight. But I said, you're here 5 weeks. He says, that's right. I refuse to take my medication. Watch what happens. And they grabbed him and they held him down and they shoved a needle into him. And I said, why did you do that to the doctors? He won't take his medication. Well, how do you know? Maybe nothing's wrong with him. Isn't he acting okay? Yeah, but he keeps talking about the pharmacies. He keeps telling us about how the pharmacies keep doing this and keep doing that. And I said, yeah. And I says, well, what do you know? The doctor says to me, I read it in a book. I said, you have a lot of books you read? She goes, I have tons of books. In order to be a psychiatrist in psychology, I had to read all the books. But wait a second. Yes, Mommy, I'm only 10 years old. I have to ask my mommy. Mommy, I just read something in the book. Do you know? And my mother stops me from speaking, and my mother and my parents come up to me. Do you believe everything you read? Do you believe everything you read? But it seems like you put your hand on the Bible that you haven't even read and telling them you swear to God. But I wouldn't swear to God because it's not the proper thing. And my mother said, don't believe everything you read, yet these psychiatrists and psychologists read everything you read. When the seal on the book is just a word of another and has never been stamped. A book of the seal, P-H-O-C, Foxy. That's right. When you write the word of seal in French, it says foxy lady. She's so slimy. P-H-O-N-C, Foxy. It also says the faute is what you see in the fox. And F-O-X is all the numbers from 1 to a total of 45, in which that word says, do you want to join the club? It's the all-spade club where you wrap up the club inside a spade and make the spade weak. Excuse me, and make the club weak. C-L-U, 3, 3, and 3. 21 and 12, 33 and 3, 36 for 18 and 18, or 666. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8, and 6, 42, 24 makes the 10-10 world. Fox, spade, club. 21, 12, and 3, 36. And B is 38. Join the club, 3 by 8, 3 plus 8, 35. Recreates 11, 11. But when you say spade, S-P-A-D-E, the point and the heart of the matter is spade equals to 45. 9 by 5 or 9 by 6. Both equals to 45, 54, and says Fox on the number pad. But you know what? Michael Jackson said ABC 1, 2, 3. So let's remove 24 from the 45, and all we have is the cube of 21. Or we take away ABC from the 45, which equals to 6, and now you have 3 worlds of 13. 1 and 3 is 4, 1 and 3 is 4, 1 and 3 is 4. Let's call it 3.4444 and begin from there and reduce it to 3.14159265, which is pi. And pi is a reduction from 44 into 14, which equals to the 30 difference of creation, in which the next number is 1 and 5, which is 15, or 5, 5, and 5. The total of the electronic world of the 9 birth into the 2 world of Venus. All you do is add up and take away the numbers, and you know the answer because of the basic 9-number revelation. Open up the Bible or the commandments, and you shall see. If you speak of the angel God, then the first letter must be the angle or the angel of God within the one human that is a soul. Why? Because the secondary count of 1 is number 19. The one spirit of the 9 birth of the one angel God, you become the 9 birth connected, being number 19. But in the electronic world, because they say S as in ES, it's not ES and H. H's are the arches because the A is first within the word of ace, carrying the word ace and H in the same sound, as well as the electronic world, and the spelling of the letter H. How do you want to spell it? ACH or ACHE? Do I spell it wrong? You see number 60? See how everything is half? Now you don't see the other half, so you're not really sure what it is. What does this part say? Can you tell? As I go up, even look at the empty spaces. What are you looking at, the letters or the brown shirt empty space that will say something different if all you look at is the empty spaces? SoCal. It is the lake Locust. 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 Locusts? What are they actually saying? Because after the S sometimes sounds like the T. Locusts. The way it ends, but they don't pronounce it. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. But I rather, why not? Let me ask you if you'd like to hear something. Would you like to hear something? Then let me tell you. Backwards, let me tell you. Okay? It says immortal, full of holes. It's a cheese with holes in it. Sports. The red line, the blue line, center ice. The playoff circles, behind the net, in front of the net. Who's allowed in the crease, and why do they pull the goaltender out? Pulling out all the stops is the expression. Food for thought. What did they say about pharmacies and changing the P for an H? 4 times 4 is 16P. 4 plus 4 is H. They go together and they are created by 44. S-P-A-C-E 44. T-E-E-N. Teen. It's not 11 teen, but 10 more you get 21. You don't get 21 teen. You never get 1 teen. You never get 2 teen. But you do get 13. You don't get 3 teen. You get 13. In the third area of teen, angel A coming in as T. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and ends at 19. And there's all the ending teens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 7 teens. 217 is the number of days in 7 months of 31 days. How it comes out so perfect together. Teen is 44. 7 by 40 is 280. 7 by 4 is 24. 7 by 44 is 304. The 304th day of the year is Halloween. It's also a representation of the tally count of 76. 76 and 76 is 152. 512 memory. 76 and 76 is 152. The 304th day of the year, 1776. Watching any of my videos lately, trying to catch up, but you're so confused, grab a pen, mark it down if you want to stay with me. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. You stay with me, but you don't write anything down. Let's get in the habit of writing things down. I don't want to tell you what to do. I'd like to ask you or make a suggestion. Am I allowed to make a suggestion? I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I even hate getting into it. Ronnie, you're only talking to yourself. There's no one else there. Ronnie, I'm telling you what to do, Ronnie. Are you listening, Ronnie? I need you to listen, Ronnie, because it's your time, Ronnie. I need you to listen, Ronnie, and you listen to me carefully. Because if it's not you, it's me. Do you remember the movie when Arnold Schwarzenegger had to pull that ball out of his nose? He talked to himself. Was it Doogie Howser? Doogie Howser? And then the rat ran away with the ball. The mission to Mars, the rat ran away with the ball, the information ball that was following him inside his head that heard everything he said. Is that why the boxer takes out this part of your nose? Maybe it's this thing in your nose. What is it made from? Maybe it's this thing in your nose, okay, is what steals your information. Maybe it has to. Maybe it's because when the boxer hits you in the nose and knocks it right through you, you're no good to the evil world anymore because they lost the information. But now, they hear everything I say. Hello, everybody listening to me. How are you? You know I really don't know that you're there, and I'm pretending to think that you are there. But if I know that you're really there, then it's hard to believe. I have to believe it anyways. And you should have a good time. Follow me around. I'm probably one. And I just like to say it that way because everybody else is readable before the beginning has started, right? But let me entertain you. Hello, Ronnie. I'm entertaining you and the crowd that's following you. If there's a crowd at all, well, let me tell you, there's a minimum of me and you. And if I'm exciting at all, somebody else will be watching him, watching me, just in case they decide to come onto my side. Have you ever thought that the one watching you might decide to come and be on your side? I'm on your side, Ronnie, so I'm not going to tell them anything, but it doesn't matter. The computer matrix picks everything up. If they had to get a person for every single person to watch them, there'd be nobody there. Hello, one ringy-dingy. Yes, this is Bell. I'm ringing your bell. Well, hold on a second. Muhammad Ali is here, and he wants to ring my bell too. Buzz like a bee, sting like a bee, buzz like a bee, walk like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Who are the other boxers that got their bells rung? They can no longer follow the spirit on this earth because we were made as a communication source. That's why in the olden days they strung them up by the head, cutting off the rest of the information and cutting out the rest of your life. Like the song, The Sun and the Moon. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Don't say I'm taking a tan tomorrow. Say tan. Tan. Say it again. I'm here to get a tan. Say tan? Okay, you can say tan anytime you wish. Would you like a little bronze? Bronzage tan? Once wrote a little poem about that. So if you come in third place, you've just been bronzed. You've got the bronze medal, where everybody comes in because we're all bronzed through the lies of Satan. We have all cheated. We are all presumed to be guilty before anything has begun, just because we began to think and we didn't look outright properly. My phone has just rung. Somebody sent me a message. Now let's see. It is 5:47. 235. 235 is 5:42. Why is 5:42 235? Okay. Somehow my phone went away. 547, because 542, it's 5 difference. Why? Because I multiplied it and added, so it has to mean something. And what I did is I brought it into the 777 world. How come I can do that? I can even go 7777. Put 2 sevens on this side and 2 sevens on that side. But what happens if I have 5677? So I'm going to put 5 with 6 and 7 with 6 and 7 with 7 and 5 with 6 and 7 and 6, and I'm going to do the whole thing. Because when you get 2 numbers, you have to do it all. When you go down to the casinos and they show you the odds, no one has won yet. They show you all the odds of the left and of the right, of the winner and the loser, so therefore only one of the 2 will be true at the end. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for the flying horse. Could not be a Denver Bronco. Renvers à renvers, to change things upside down. Here comes the Pony Express. Don't tell me any more for what comes down to nuclear reactors out in the Midwest. Do not tell me how the pull from the outside world came down into New Mexico. They call them aliens. They didn't say they came from under the world. They said they came from outside the world. But everything outside the world is far away. So why wouldn't they just stay close to home? And my mother said, don't believe everything you read. And nowadays, don't believe everything you see. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, waiting for the bell to ring in the month of October. What will it bring? I definitely believe by then a good part of the population will have seen the light. And why am I saying this and going out on the limb? Because that's the date I'm waiting for. I may as well share it. If something doesn't happen or happens, give it 21 days. They say it takes 21 days before the chick hatches. Thank you for watching this video.